So, Alfy, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Good to have you, bro. So, Alfy, Alfredo is your real name.
Yes, sir.
Does Alfredo mean something special in Spanish or something?
It's my grandpa's name.
Okay, so it has significance.
Yeah, he didn't have any sons. Was the first grandson, so.
Okay, so you inherited that. That's cool. That's actually both of my grandparents. My grandpa on my mom's side and my grandpa on my dad's side are both named James.
Yeah.
So, I have that connection too, bro. I feel
Fire.
you. So, how did you end up here in Utah? Are you from here? Did you move here?
Born in Provo.
Really?
Born
in
in
Provo?
Utah
Okay.
Valley.
Right on. Same. I was born in Provo.
Yeah.
And you moved all the way to Spanish Fork, huh?
Uh-huh. Second
Quite the
grade, I
trek.
think.
Okay, so start with from where you were born and how you got to be where you are now.
So I was born in Provo, so I kind of just spawned in here, essentially. Yeah, I kind of was born in Provo, and I lived in Provo until, I think, first grade. And then midway through my first grade year, I moved to Spanish Fork.
Okay, dope.
Where I just then essentially grew up in Spanish Fork. Kind of molded me into the guy I am now.
There you go. And where do you live now?
Spanish Fork still. I still live at home.
Okay, dope. And you're in school, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your degree in?
My degree's in exercise science with a pre-med track.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you can go to med school and all
Hopefully, yeah.
that. Dang, dude, that's wild. How far along are you? You just started, right?
I'm second semester, yeah.
Okay, right on. And what do you do for work?
I work at a hospital as a medical assistant.
Oh, dope. The 12-hour shift stuff, right?
Yeah, 12 hours.
So how does it work? Is it still like 40 hours a week, or is it just like...
No, so I'm only part-time, so I can work I usually only get one shift a week because I have school 4 days a week.
Okay.
But I can pick up, I had work yesterday, I have another one tomorrow just because I picked it up.
Crazy,
So
dude.
I can work what I want.
Is it like, what, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., or how
It's
does it
8
work?
to 8.
That's crazy, dude. It's a full day.
Yep.
How long you been working there?
Couple months, I think I started. So I did an internship over the summer, so I didn't get paid. You remember that, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. The paid internship.
Didn't
Or
get paid.
unpaid internship.
Unpaid. And then I got hired in October, I think, September. Yeah, so they hired me off the spot.
What, without violating HIPAA, of course, we are HIPAA compliant on this show. What's like the craziest thing you've seen?
Dude, I've seen some crazy things. I don't really know. There's so many crazy things that I can't even pick one, you know?
Okay.
There's some stuff that I still I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, you know?
What the heck? Okay.
But there was some injuries that come in, and you're like, oh, it's kind of scary, but it's still super cool to see, you know?
Like what, dude?
Dude, some kid came in, knee just completely open, it's a forehead wound completely open.
Holy
wow.
crap, that's nasty.
But I love the wound kind of thing. So
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, for me, I kind of cringe at that. Even movies with gore, I kind of ooh. I love Squid Game. You watched the new Squid Game?
I did watch the Squid Game.
Yeah, I finished the whole thing. But that show has a lot of blood and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and I'm always ooh, kind of look away for it. But it's still so cool. Dude, the new Squid Game is actually fire.
It was great, actually.
I like it.
Me and my family finished it in a day.
Really?
Yeah, we just watched it the entire day.
Dude, that's so good. Do you play Call of Duty?
No, I don't play
They
Call
have
of
a
Duty.
new Squid Game event going on. That's way funny. Dude, did I tell you I auditioned for the Netflix Squid Game show?
You did it.
I didn't tell you that?
No.
Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, so you know how they have the reality show?
Uh-huh.
So at the end of it, if you watch it, it's if you want to apply here. So I applied a year ago. Never heard anything. Then a few months ago, they called me hey, we want to interview you some more. I'm like, sweet. So I did 2 interviews, and they recorded it and stuff. And it was way weird. But basically, the filming all takes place in London. They fly you out there for 4 weeks, and you can't bring your phone, no communication, right? You're in it. And you don't get a dime unless you win the whole show.
Really?
So I'm like, all right, I don't think I can risk that. I can't take a month off my school and work and my family just to be one of the lucky winner. But have you seen Mr. Beast show?
I haven't.
You haven't seen that one? Oh,
On Amazon Prime?
That was crazy. Yeah, I would sell out so quick, dude. I'll be honest. There's you should watch it, but basically it's okay, the winner gets $5 million, but right now if anybody wants to leave and eliminate your teammates, I'll give you this much money. It's bribes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And people are like, no way, I'm going all the way. I'd sell out so quick.
100 grand, I'm taking it.
Yeah, literally, dude. I'm like, all right. So let's talk about Utah. What is your favorite thing and your least favorite thing about Utah?
Ooh, great question. I think probably not Utah specifically, but Spanish Fork, where we're from.
Okay.
I think that the community there is really tight-knit. I feel a lot of people know a lot of people, and that's really nice. You go to the bigger cities like Salt Lake and stuff, and it's I don't know anybody up here. So I think something I really love about Spanish Fork is how you can go somewhere and you're gonna see someone you know probably.
Oh yeah, Spanish Fork's the best, dude.
Yeah.
It's the best place. How about your least favorite thing about Utah?
Honestly, probably the culture that you guys have to get married so soon.
Mm.
Something I did not grow up with that.
Yeah.
Growing up in a Hispanic household, did not grow up with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It's true.
And it's like I have friends that are 19 getting married. I'm like, bro.
Even like I have some friends whose parents got married because you can get married even young to that. Like permission from the state or something like
Really?
that. Or your parents sign a paper, get married at like 16 or something crazy. It's
No hate on anybody getting married though. That
yeah,
early.
yeah. No,
It's just not for me. Like I don't feel mature. I don't think I could personally pay a mortgage at this time.
Yeah. If it works for you, great.
Good
I know
for you.
plenty of people who like meet and get married way quick and it works out, you know? But like
Not me. Not yet.
generally speaking, not usually works out. So I get you. What's like your favorite place that you've been to in Utah?
Dude, controversial take here.
Okay.
I love school. I love going to school.
Wow. Okay. I
What-
did not
what-
expect that.
People be like, I hate school. I love school personally. I thrive in
Dons
academic.
or like UVU?
Anywhere where I'm got a book in front of my face.
Nerd alert, bro.
Honestly, like I'll always be like, oh, I hate school. But then I wake up the next morning like, oh, I gotta go to
I
school.
can't wait for school. It's like the social aspect. You like
No,
like learning?
like at UVU, I barely have friends. Like I don't have anybody there. Like I have a couple friends that I see every other day, but like it's really just me. And I'm there like all day basically some days. So it's just me all day by myself.
Okay, sounds like the doctor path's a great path for you if you like learning, bro. That's huge. What made you want to be a doctor and stuff? You always wanted that or what?
So it was like my sophomore year in high school, I think. I got my first knee surgery. And then
That feeling when knees.
that feeling when yeah. And then junior year I got my second knee surgery. And I was like, dude, these doctors like really fixed me. And then like they really like without them, I don't know what I'd have two blown knees.
Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of just went in there. I was like, I want to do the same thing. Like I want to help people.
Very cool. So wait a minute, you had 2 knee surgeries, but you played soccer all through high school, right?
No, I quit my sophomore year.
Oh, that's awkward. I thought you were playing all along, dude. I had
No,
no idea. Okay.
I quit my sophomore year because of the.
But you're a big soccer fan. I know you follow Tottenham.
I do love Tottenham.
Tough loss today, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Woke up, notification 1-2 loss to Newcastle. I went back to sleep.
What makes you a Tottenham fan? Did you just pick that as a kid, or how did you end up being a Tottenham fan?
So like when I was in junior high, I was a Man U fan, kind of just like a bandwagon kind of fan because everybody else was a Man U fan. And then one day I stumbled upon a Tottenham Liverpool match, and I just saw Tottenham lose, and I'm like, this is my team. I'm stuck with them.
You serious?
Yeah, I
You
swear.
watched the game where they lost and just picked them from
I
that?
swear that's my team.
What the heck?
I saw Harry Kane. I was like, that's my guy.
Harry Kane. Bro, that's the worst person to pick. No trophies, bro.
He'll win one this year, I promise.
Is he at Bayern right now?
He's at Bayern.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he like went there the first year they didn't win a trophy or something.
yeah. The first year they didn't win anything.
That's tough, dude. Okay. How about don't you follow Club America or something like that?
No.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
No.
Who's your team?
Chivas, bro. Chivas.
Oh, that's right. Chivas Guadalajara. Okay. Why is that your team?
My dad's team. He's a big fan of them, so I kind of just grew up, and they're not very sharp, but I got to stay with them.
Tell me about your family then. Don't you guys have like a place in Puerto Vallarta? Or something
Yeah.
like
So
that?
my dad has a business down in Mexico,
Dope.
so we go down there and visit every summer in December. So I just came back from it on Sunday. Was it?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I just flew back in. So we were down there 2 weeks, and we just kind of go with the roll down there, I guess.
Okay. What's the business?
Jet ski rentals and tours. You can find them on Ben's Jet Skis on Google's. Shameless plug there. Yeah.
I'll plug it in the show notes later once I figure out how to do that. That's dope, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go down there a lot?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Mexico once. I went to the other side, like Veracruz. You ever been there?
No.
So I went there, and then I went a little bit more inland, kind of between Mexico City and Veracruz, called Otavalo. You ever heard of that place? But
Yeah, well, me and your brother went to Mexico together.
I know,
That was-
dude. Yeah, so Alfy is like, I know Alfy because my little brother William was friends with Alfy in high school, and Alfy is very well cultured in the world of memes and humor, and so Alfy and I have been, swapping memes for who knows how long and stuff. Alfy's good for the vibes,
Yeah.
but that's sick, bro. Yeah, no invite, that's okay.
It was a little boys trip, It was a little boys trips. Me, Will, and our buddy Kier.
That's so funny, dude. So tell me about your family a little bit. Tell me about, where you fit in the order of siblings and your parents. And stuff.
So, four people family: mom, dad, sister, and me. I'm the youngest of 2.
That is like a perfect nuclear family. Or
Perfect.
whatever. Yeah.
I have I still have siblings, but not too many.
Yeah.
I know you can relate. You have a lot of siblings.
I have a lot. It's true.
I don't have enough. I think if I had one more sibling, but then also like it'd be uneven. I feel like everything would be uneven. Like we'd have to get a bigger car. We'd have to. I don't know. I think we're good family as we are right now.
So do you all live in Utah?
No, my dad lives in Mexico.
How did your parents meet then?
Dude, I'll be honest, no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I think my mom grew up in California.
Okay.
She was born in California, and then my dad was born in Mexico. And I think they just somehow met in like Salt Lake someday.
Okay.
One day, I don't know when.
Yeah.
But they just met, I guess.
So why did your mom pick to live here, not California or even Mexico?
Just because she wanted to stay to the rest of the family, because her entire family's here, her sisters and her
Okay.
grandparents, or my grandparents.
So you're closer with your mom's side of the family. You see them a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Very cool, man. Think back to when you were young. I want to know what. It's usually kind of random. It's usually just a weird thing. What's like the earliest memory you have?
So the earliest memory I have was when I was still living in Provo, and we had this like little apartment townhome kind of thing we were living in. And I remember vividly having a Cars balloon that I got for my birthday, and I was sitting on my Lightning McQueen bed, and I get up and I go outside with my balloon, and it's windy, and the wind took my balloon.
Dude.
And my dad was like trying to catch it, but my dad's like 5'4", so he wasn't gonna reach it. And that's the first memory I have of like being conscious. Is my balloon leaving me. Kind of like, have you seen that one episode of Phineas and Ferb where Dr. Doofenshmirtz is like loses his balloon? That's what I felt like.
Oh, like as a kid, a flashback he has. Yeah. Dude, he had a tough childhood. Neither of his parents showed up for his birth.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
That's crazy, dude. That's a way funny. I told you, they're random memories. Big Lightning McQueen guy, huh?
Yeah, I
the
love
Cars
Lightning
bed
McQueen.
and the balloon. What's the favorite Cars movie out of the three?
Honestly, the first one.
Really? I'm number 2.
I like number 2, but I think it's my least favorite out of the 3.
Really?
Cars 3 was a banger. I don't care what anybody says.
Cars 3, that's like with the supercars, right? Or something like that.
Cars 3 was the one with Jackson Storm.
Yeah.
That one was fire. I can't lie.
I don't remember that one very well, but I remember like Cars 2. I don't know how old I was when Cars 2 came out, but I was like, this is like mind blowing.
Cars
like,
2 has too much Tom Mater, and I'm a big Lightning McQueen guy.
That's true.
So,
Mater's like the main character of that movie. What would you say your favorite movie is of all time?
All time.
If you can't pick one, you can pick a couple, because I don't know if I could pick one.
I could pick a couple. Okay, so I think the Joker from 2019.
I love that. With
One
Joaquin
of my
Phoenix.
favorite movies. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
Dude.
my gosh, cinematography in that beautiful. The soundtrack beautiful.
It's a great one.
Beautiful movie. Also, 500 Days of Summer. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've never even heard of that.
Basically, it's like this guy who met a girl at work, and like for 500 days, they kind of were like he fell in love with her, and then they like were talking for 500 days, and at the end of the 500 days, she just left him. And then she was like, I don't think I'm ready to have a boyfriend right now or anything.
What?
And at the very end, she gets married, like a week after she left him. And so it's like basically like this random love story that ended in a different love story. I think it's a great movie. Everybody should watch it.
Okay, I'll look it up, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I think those two probably my top favorite movies.
What's one thing you wish people knew about you? Whether it's people you already know, that if you could communicate one thing, or people who don't know you listening, what's one thing you wish people knew about you?
I think people should just know that I'm an open guy. I feel like I kind of come off as this kind of guy that's kind of like a jerk sometimes.
Really?
I feel like I do, but I genuinely feel like once I get to know you, like when we're good friends, like I'm an open guy, and you should be able to feel comfortable around me. That's just how I feel, though. Obviously, different people, different perspectives, and you can't control what people think of you always.
Sure. Okay, cool. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
One time I was at a high school dance, and somebody told me I was fun at the dances, and that kind of stuck with me.
Nice.
And I don't even know who it was when it was.
Like a stranger.
It was just they were like, oh my gosh, you're so fun at the dances. I'm like, heck yeah, dude.
Thanks, dude. No, that's great. Yeah, it's nice when it comes from someone you don't know as well.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's how like strangers think about me.
Right.
I'm the fun guy. If you didn't have to worry about money, what would you do every day? How would you spend your life?
I would probably first off pay off my med school when I'm done. Yeah. And honestly, I would just open my own clinic. The clinic would be towards those that are like lower financially and come from other countries, just because I know what it's like for people from other countries to come in. Like I've experienced firsthand to help people who don't speak English, right? Like self pay patients, and you can feel that it's like a different type of kind of interaction. So if I had like unlimited money, I would probably open a clinic where people could come in and not have to worry about, paying off those bills.
That's great. That's a great thing. Who do you think has been the most important person in your life?
Probably my sister, I think, cause she's a trailblazer. She took everything before me, so I didn't have to worry about it. She kind of paved the way for me. I don't have to learn. I already have that secondhand experience from her. Yeah, so forever grateful for that, Kiara. If you're listening, I don't know if she will.
Shout out Kiara. She still live in Utah? You guys
She
still
does.
close?
She still lives with me. We still live
perfect.
at home
Okay,
because
good.
she's only 21, and we still have that same mentality of getting married early. Is a little
Heck
crazy.
yeah. Oh, it's weird though. It's a lot of times like people just get kicked out of the house at 18.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying.
It's a cultural thing.
I don't understand it because
Especially the economy right now. Dude.
That's
It's
what
like,
I'm
bro,
saying,
when you're
dude.
18, you want me to go? Yeah. Well, it's just funny to think because, like, I mean, obviously, like, I don't know, rent prices and house prices have consistently gone up over time. But what's not gone up is like average wage
Income,
and average
yeah.
salary. And so it's like kicking someone out the house at 18 might have made sense back in whatever year, but just doesn't make a lot of sense now.
it doesn't make sense now.
If you could go back in time to any point in your life and give yourself advice, what time would you go to, and what would you tell yourself?
I would go back to probably freshman or sophomore year. Probably sophomore year. Because that's when I started, like doubting myself a little bit more. So I would tell myself to not doubt yourself and just work towards it because there's nothing that you can do other than keep moving.
Doubt yourself how? With school?
Just in like every aspect, I just didn't feel like
A lot of confidence.
I didn't have a lot of confidence, and then I was struggling with injuries and stuff. So I was like just at an all-time low at that point.
What would you say your biggest accomplishment has been so far in your life?
Probably just being here where I am right now. A lot of people doubted. I'm kidding. They didn't doubt. Nobody doubted.
How many haters can Alfy have, dude? Alfy is the GOAT.
Everybody doubted, guys. No, nobody doubted, but just kind of being where I'm at right now really helps, showcase my mom's sacrifice that she makes and stuff. So being here really just kind of like a present to her, I guess.
Can you think of any hot takes or unpopular opinions you have?
I hate Playboy Cardi.
Playboy Cardi?
I don't like Playboy Cardi. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I like Playboy Cardi. I hate the Playboy Cardi fans. I cannot stand them.
Why do you say that?
You're not aware
I'm
of this?
out of the loop of all this, dude.
So Playboy Cardi, you know who Playboy Cardi is, right?
Yeah.
He has this fan base who just love him for no reason. Like, he makes decent music at best.
The only song I can think of is like Magnolia. It's like, yeah. Yo, Pierre, you won't come out here?
But yeah, they have he has this fan base that just loves him. They're like, he's the top 3 rapper of all time. No, he's not. And then they claim the greatest artist of all time, hasn't dropped an album since 2021. And I'm like, I just don't. That's the one thing I hate. It genuinely, it just makes me angry.
The fan base.
The fan base makes me angry.
That's interesting.
It's not even Playboy Cardi. Like, he can do what he wants. I don't care.
He can be whatever. Dude, does he have that one sound that's like, is it Drowning?
No, that's
Drowning.
That's Boogie. I love Boogie. Boogie with the hoodie.
Oh, Boogie with the hoodie. Yeah, I like him. Okay. I feel like, does he not have a verse on that? Oh, no, that's Kodak. I'm thinking of Kodak Black, bro. Never mind. Kodak has a verse in that song that's so funny. It's like, I'm fighting.
I know where I'm on.
The worst line of any rap song.
But it's fire still. I turn it up every time if I have it on.
I know. It's just funny that you can say whatever. And people are like,
yeah, as long as the beat's good, as long as the flow's good.
yeah, that's so funny. So who's your top artist then?
I think, Aubrey Graham, Jersey Drake, Champagne
Really?
Poppy.
Okay, Drake.
Depends on what genre we're speaking of, obviously. Talking about genre-wise, like hip-hop-wise, Drake. But like country-wise, we'll toss in some Zach Bryan in there. Or like pop-wise, we're going to toss in some David.
What's your favorite genre then? Do you like the hip-hop the most?
I like the hip-hop. It depends, obviously, on the
Okay.
mood.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But like, on my way here, I was listening to Drake, so.
Okay, yeah. Do you like the old Drake, new Drake?
I love alt Drake.
What album?
Take Care.
Take Care. Okay.
Take Care, greatest Drake album of all time,
I like
followed by a close second in Certified Lover Boy.
the Future album, the Drake and Future collab album that came out when I was in high school. That was like,
If
dude,
you read, no, What a Time to Be Alive.
yeah. If you're reading this, that one's still good too.
They're all good. They're all phenomenal.
They're good.
The Drake hate is so forced. I don't care what anybody says.
There's a lot of Drake hate out there right now, and I don't know what to believe, bro. But if any of those allegations are true, it kind of. So Drake has been my top artist on my Spotify Wrapped for like 5 years in a row, right? But then earlier this year when all that stuff came out, I'm like, bro, if any of this is true, I cannot be a Drake supporter. So I've been listening to significantly less Drake this year.
Yeah. So what was your number one?
It was still Drake. Because I listened to so much the first half of the year that nobody else made up for that. So Drake was still my number one.
Love or hate Drake, he's going to be in your top 5 at the end of the year.
Love or hate
him.
Does that mean you hate Kendrick then?
No, I don't hate Kendrick. Once again, it's the same thing with the Cardi fans. It's the fan base that it irks me. I can't deal with them.
So hip hop, big Drake guy. What about outside of the genre of hip hop?
So I listen to a lot of Zach Bryan and David. Do you know who David is?
Oh yeah, like D4.
D4VD.
Yeah.
It's pronounced David. I love David. I found David when he was like just a little TikTok dude, working out of his sister's closet. So I was like,
nice.
Yeah.
Seeing the come up, bro.
Yeah, I did. And then his song Here With Me, I found it out before it blew up, guys. I promise.
Okay. Alfy's the David insider.
I am the David insider. Here With Me has been my number one song for the past, I think, 3 to 4 years.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I've even heard that, I'll be honest.
It's
I have
so
to look
good.
it up. I've heard like a couple of random David songs, but
Listen to David. David's like when I want to like chill out and at night. That's what I listen to.
you know what you gotta get into, bro? Reggae. I've been getting into reggae lately. It's such a good vibe. It's
William always listens to the most random things ever. He like, I'll get in the car and he's like playing some reggae and then he skips and it's like Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, same dude. I'll be like, oh, this is such a good song, and it's like some Kanye West song, and I'm like, oh, this is a great song. It's like Bob Marley.
Yeah, Bob Marley.
That's me, bro.
That's like, I'm like, what? Every time I get in the car, he's playing something random. I'm like, bro, just skip it.
That's so good. What does success mean to you?
Success to me is just, it's not necessarily reaching my goals, but it's like being happy at where I'm at when I reach those goals. So like right now, I'm not going to say that I'm done reaching my goals, but I've reached the goals that I had for now. So then I'm happy with that. And I think a lot of people really kind of like look at the marathon instead of the miles.
I'll be happy when I get there.
Yeah,
versus,
no,
like in the moment.
You got to think about it like you want to be there, but what you're doing now is what's going to make you get there. So really, I just like to. There's this quote Vin Diesel said. He says he lives his life a quarter mile at a time. I like to put that in my head. You know, big Fast and Furious guy. Actually, back to the movies. Fast and Furious 8 and Too Fast, Too Furious also in my top 5 movies.
Is Too Fast and Furious the second movie?
Yes, that's the second one.
I watched like all 8 or no 10, right? I watched like all 10 in like a marathon over like a month, like maybe last year and something. Because I hadn't seen anything past like 6, so I missed the whole like it's all about family, like all that meme and stuff. I saw that coming out, but I didn't know what it was about. But no, those are great movies.
They're all great. It's also like kind of the same thing. People don't like them because it's like kind of repetitive, but I think it's still fire every time.
It's just cool. I don't know.
It's like, what do you mean they're taking cars to outer space? That's fire. That's sick.
It's sick, dude. No, I don't know. Like plot wise or whatever. Like okay, maybe there's some repetitiveness, but it's just the action's cool, bro. You can't deny that, dude. What do you think the world's gonna look like when you turn 40?
When I turn 40,
like the world for you, what's your life gonna look like?
For me,
but also like the world like on a bigger scale.
I think by the time I'm 40, I hope to be a doctor at that point. Hopefully a surgeon. We'll see when I get there.
That's what you want to be, a surgeon?
I want to be a surgeon. I was dead set on orthopedic surgery.
What is that?
So it's like bones and ligaments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds for me in the medical field. But so I hope to be a doctor, surgeon, something within the field at that point in time.
Okay.
And hopefully the rest of the world is just more united at that time. I feel like it's a lot of division, a lot of separation. So I think people should just get along. I know it's hard, but I think we don't have to be friends. We just have to get along, I think.
What do you think your biggest fear is? What's the worst thing that could happen in your life?
I think just quitting. Like quitting on my goals. Then I'm just letting not only myself down, but I'm letting my family down, and I'm letting everybody who's been here with me down. So I think that's my biggest fear is not giving myself enough confidence and ending it short. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, good. I think that's very good for the path you're on, being a doctor and all that. So what do you hope to accomplish in your life then?
So I want to have a beautiful wife.
A beautiful one.
Beautiful wife. But I also want to have a loving mother to my kids. So applications are open.
Okay, good to know.
But I think I want to have a family, obviously, but not until I'm done with med school.
Okay.
I've always told myself that I wouldn't get married until like at least second year of med school. Right now, it's not looking like we're on track for that. But that's like the earliest I think I would. And then I think I would have like a family starting like after med school.
Unless the right lady comes along and convinces Alfy otherwise,
We will still wait till the second year of med
Never
school.
mind. Do not be convinced.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. How many kids do you want to have, you think?
I think either two or three.
Okay.
I think 4 is just a little too much. I think
Four
at that
is
point,
too much.
I think it's pushing it a little too much.
Okay. What do you think about 6? How crazy is that?
That's
He's joking. That's my family, bro.
that's a lot, bro. And you guys only had one bathroom in your house.
No, my parents have a bathroom, and then the rest of us share the other one.
Oh,
Yeah,
they have one in the room.
Yeah, my parents have.
Oh, I thought that you guys had the one. I was like, how do you
No.
guys do this?
Well, we have one nice one that's for my parents, then one nasty one that 6 kids use, dude.
It's like you and Dallin are just brushing your
Yeah.
teeth together.
Yeah, so bad, dude. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, man. What impact do you want to leave on others before you die?
Oh, great question. I think I just want to like. I always tell people, like I have friends who like are like, oh, I don't want to go to school and stuff. I'm like, you don't have to go to school. I'm just gonna say this right now. You don't have to go to school. I know it's not for everybody, but just do what you want. Like as long as you're happy, I think you should be fine. So I want to tell people to do what they're happy with, because if you're doing something that you're not happy with, you're not doing it for a living. You're just doing it to survive, I think, is kind of what I think. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I love that. That's good.
So this is why James started the podcast. He said, I'm going to do what I love.
All right, Alfie, in closing, what would you say to someone out there who might be struggling to find their own meaning or their own purpose?
Just try things. You don't know what you like until you tried it. I didn't know that I wanted to be in the medical field for real. I always said I wanted to be in it. Like I wanted to do something in it, but I didn't really understand how it worked or like I actually enjoyed it until I started working in the hospital.
Unpaid internship?
Yeah, the unpaid internship, I loved it more than I loved my actual job. You remember my old job? I hated it. I hated my job. And I did my unpaid internship and I was like, I actually love this. And that's when I knew, when I was willing to go to work and not get paid, that's when I knew that I had something I enjoyed.
That's a good point. That's actually a great point. You're willing to work a whole summer, right?
I worked 180 hours unpaid. That's when I knew I was like, I enjoy this more than I do working, scooping ice cream. Oh gosh, I hated that job so much. Some customers were like, I don't know if anybody's ever worked in like the food industry. You have, so you know that customers can be a pain.
Sure.
Like a lot of them can be a pain. And the slightest thing that you mess up could make them not want the order. So when I'm making ice creams and like they don't like it, all right, it's going home with me.
Yeah.
Like what do you mean it's coming home with me? And also the ice cream cakes, if it was like
that.
you ever had ice cream cake?
I know they had it.
Oh, so they had ice cream cakes and it was like they had a certain expiration date on the box, but they were still good for like 3 days after. So once that expiration date, those are coming home with me. There was one day I came home with 3 ice cream cakes and I was just passing them out. I invited my whole family over. I was like, come on guys, let's celebrate.
That's so sick, dude. I love that. I feel like those jobs as a teenager, dude, like when you're working in food and stuff, are like way fun for like, I don't know, everybody else too.
Yeah.
You're getting like the
It's
discounts,
fun for the
you're getting like the
yeah.
stuff, your friends come in, you're like, what's up?
Well, I don't know. Did you know I used to work at before? It's by like the T-Mobile and in Spanish Fork. It's by like.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work there too.
Oh, cool.
And I'm gonna let you know right now, everybody ate free there when I was working. And like the thing is, the managers were so chill with it too. Like I was working with the manager. He's like, "Oh, this your homie?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, just give him a plate for free." I was like,
That's
"Okay."
crazy,
William
dude.
came in one time, and I gave him like a large bowl of beef with teriyaki rice
Dude.
and like 4 rolls of sushi. He would always come in right before his shifts at Macy's.
If I would have known that, I would have swung by a few times, dude. That's crazy.
It was. I worked so many jobs in high school. I think
Like the chick from Austin Alley. Like,
I was Trish. My sister calls me Trish.
Yeah.
Because I had a job I had a new job every year of high school.
So wait, what are all the places you worked at then?
So first off, I was a student sweeper. You know.
No, I don't know.
So I would go to like schools and vacuum the rooms and wipe down the desk.
Like a janitor?
Yeah, but I was a student, so it was like a student sweeper.
Did you get paid?
I got paid $7 the hour.
Huge, dude.
I was a freshman in high school. I was like, oh, I'm rolling in it, bro. I am rolling in it. And I remember I was saving up to get a PC. I was gonna build my own PC, and it was like $1,200. Took me like 8 months
I was gonna say, it
to
took a long
save
time.
up for all of it, and I didn't spend a dime. I spent like every paycheck was like $200, and I got paid like bi-monthly. So I was like, oh my gosh, and that was the first time I'd ever seen my own money.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I am making bank right now. And then after that, I went to where I had a massive like pay gap difference.
Yeah.
The wage gap difference. It was like I was making $12 I think there.
Yeah.
As a sophomore, so it was like pretty decent. And I was like, dang. But they were like, and that one was super. I love that job actually. And then I went to where I worked for like 2 years, and then had that argument with my manager. Kind of went our separate ways. You remember the story, right?
I don't know this, dude.
So I was working at my unpaid internship when apparently I had to cover a shift I was not aware of.
Uh-oh.
And they called me and they're like, "Hey, you're supposed to be here right now." And I'm like, "I don't think I am." Like, I would know if I was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, you gotta come, or else you're just gonna we're gonna fire you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not going." Like I was not aware I had to work that day.
Yeah.
And I was already like, it's not like I wasn't doing anything. Like I was already at the hospital.
Yeah.
Putting in hours. So then after that, it kind of like fell apart. And then after that, I worked landscaping with my uncle.
Oh, dope.
Working landscaping with my uncle over the summer. I did like 3 days with him, I think, because I still had to
3 days.
I had to go to school.
Oh.
So I did like 3 days with him. And then after that, I got hired at the hospital.
That's so nice, dude. You got the 401k going?
I do actually, apparently.
If you
I
need
keep
help with
getting.
that, let me know, dude. You gotta take advantage of that. Bro.
I have one set up. It like takes money. I don't know how much it takes for my paycheck, but
Find out how much they match, bro. Yeah, that's good stuff. I was looking at my retirement the other day. I'm excited because it's just compounds, dude. The more you have in it, the more it freaking grows like crazy. So,
yeah.
Well, anyway, Alfy, appreciate you, man. Thanks for being
dude.
a person of Utah.
Obviously, always.
Thanks for coming on. Maybe we'll have you again once you're a doctor, and we'll hear about your adventures then.
Give me 10 years.
All right. Thanks.
All right.